Just you get it, yeah.
He got his AC/DC pants on today.
You know, dirty knees.
Yep. I told him, you know, when those guys started working here, below the knees, guys. Your shorts got to go below the knees. This is a family-friendly show. So below the knees. Right. Australia, they'd be welding in Speedos. What's up, Ozzy, man? I know you watch.
Welcome to Bennett Hot Mod.
What's up, y'all? We got Austin, the mechanic, in here today. Hey, hope I ain't too loud. I'm behind the camera. It's Matt back here, by the way. So we got Austin put some new hardware on the brakes. It's old, rusty, wore out stuff. Got some new shiny stuff in there. And this is the f150, Jim's little drag truck. Sorry if my cameraman skills are lacking. So anytime you do some brake jobs, you want to make sure these do what
side.
one goes on top, one goes on the bottom, and they'll go either way. Some of them do go opposite each other, but anytime you do brake jobs, you want to make sure your slide pins is well lubed and moving freely.
On.
See that gap right there?
Yeah.
Take your little hammer or end of your screwdriver and give it a little, there you go. Good. That's good. Then you want to slide your pads in there. Remember, the speaker goes on the inside. That's it. Sorry about my fingers in the way, Joe. You know I'm crippled. Things just do what they want sometimes.
No, it is.
Alright, you're probably gonna have to compress that piston in there. There's a couple ways you can do that: seat clamp or the right tool for the job. And you also can use a screwdriver. I'll show you. Go ahead and stick it on there. Yeah, and stick your screwdriver in there. Pry a little bit on this side, pry a little bit on that side. Now get you a big screwdriver.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alright, this thing or this thing.
There you go.
Huh?
I got you right here. Oh, I forgot you got your set up here. Yeah, get your big one there. There you go.
So, by over here.
No. Go in between that pad.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Like that.
Yeah, I see what you
Just
mean.
work it. Work both sides. It's a dual piston, so you got both pistons to push in at the same time. You'll just do a little bit on each side. This should have been done before we took the caliper off the truck. And then we wouldn't have to worry about this right at this point. But we may end up going and get a C-clamp. Is it moving?
I don't think so.
I'll go get a C-clamp. We'll cut, come back. All right, y'all, we're back. We got the pistons pressed in. You usually want to do this with an old brake pad, not new one, but those got thrown away yesterday, so it's all good. We didn't damage anything. But we're going to take it off and get the caliper on there. All right, Austin, go ahead and take the clamp off. Yeah. Stick that back on there. There we go. Like to slide the bottom in first. That way you can see the top. Or you see the bottom. There you go. Now put your bolts through there. Snug them down. She's good to go. Do what?
Go on there.
Right underneath them. On the tray.
Oh, yes.
The little short ones. Yeah, you need two of them. Let me see what you got. No, that's not them. They got Loctite on them. This one's this is what they look like.
Yeah.
So you gotta line that up first. Getting started?
Yeah. He locked up his, right?
Yeah, I believe so. That's it. Put them last two bolts in and tighten them up. Then we gotta bust this nut loose here or here. I gotta turn this. Gotta turn this tie rod because it's supposed to go in the bottom on these spindles instead of the original ones went in the top. But once we get that, we'll be finished up on this side. And then we gotta put that one side back together.
Beep. Cut. But anyway, thank you everybody for your comments and everything that you've been giving us. It's all pretty positive. What we're going to do this week is we've taken a lot of work in. We've got a lot of cars here. We've got a comment that it's, you know, 3 people, a lot of work for 3 people, but we can do it. Plus we got Austin, which does everything. What we're going to concentrate on this week is getting some of this little stuff done and out, generate a little capital, get back to work on the big projects. The 37, we're just about done with the chassis. We've got to get it all prepped for paint and everything, because it's going to, not only are we doing, you know, the front end, but what we're doing is going to look better than the rest of the car. So maybe we'll get the car back to make the rest of it look good, but it'd be nice to get it done and get it out of here. What else? probably a lot. Bobby's not working today, so you're not going to see him. What's up? Oh yeah, there he is.
More today.
There he is, but he's leaving.
I had a toothache, so
Yeah. So he's going to go get that taken care of. I told him we could do it right here. You know, I got porta power, drills. I got everything we need except the pain meds. We don't have them, but we are in Middle Tennessee, so they're probably really not hard to come by. And then we got Austin working on the front end of the Ford truck. Ordered wheels for it, so we got wheels that are going to fit. They're coming, and we're going to take you over in a little bit. The fan's on right now because again, it's
hot.
the face of Mars hot in here. So we're
I
going to
don't
take you
mind
over
it
there and
cold.
show you. Mars might be cold. I don't know. It's whatever planet is really, really hot. That is exactly what we're like, except we have oxygen. Mercury. No, we have oxygen.
no, Mercury's hot.
Mercury's hot? Okay. So it's very hot like the surface of Mercury. Is it closest to the, or you know what? It's hot like the surface of the sun.
There you go.
We don't even have to compare it to another planet because we have the one that's on fire. Can you only imagine? Okay, the sun's 93 million miles from here, and it's hot. Can you imagine if it was a half a mile closer, how hot it would be? We'd probably all be dead. So
It's hot right garage or Bill Nye's Science Guy?
well, this morning it's a little bit of Bill Nye the Science Guy, but we'll get to the hot rod stuff after we turn this fan on because Matt will get cranky if it stays off too long because it's hot. We're going to take you over there and just give you an update on the race truck, what Austin's doing to it, and Austin's also got some tools, so we're going to show you the tools that behind the scenes Joe got for Austin because he's actually showing an aptitude for all this work, so the boy's got to have some tools. So now he's got more tools than all of us.
I just wanted to put in work for those guys.
Did you? Okay. All right. And I guess that's it. I'm on the hunt for 86 GMC pickup truck parts and drinking my coffee, and that's it. You know, I know a lot of you commented on my funny T-shirts. Matco's not funny. This is not a funny T-shirt. I have a ton of funny T-shirts.
Snap-on's funny when we tell you the price, though.
Yes, Snap-on is funny when we tell you the price. Well, okay, enough comedy jokes. We're gonna get some work done, and we'll update you throughout the day. See you.
I'll get a little more detailed in here. The frame had a bunch of holes drilled in it. Somebody's going to do some modifications to it, but I guess they changed their plans. We got them all welded up, grinded them down smooth. And what we're going to do is prep this frame here, get it ready for paint. Paint all this, nice and pretty. Nice and pretty. Should I do like a hand model type?
Vanna White.
Yeah, I'm just, I got to patch this little rusty hole. I found a little rust spot, so I went in and cut it all out. I'm going to patch that up. And then get it ready for paint. And this thing should be leaving towards the end of the week. We're going to have a little issue here with the steering shaft. So the steering rack we used to mount in the back, now it mounts to the front. So we got to make this thing reach all the way up there without hitting anything. So that might be a challenge. Everything should go pretty smoothly except for that. We're saving it for last. Alright, Joe. We got Austin over at the parts wash. cleaning wheel bearings. Pretty simple. If you don't have a parts washer, just get you a can of brake clean. Spray them clean. Wipe them down real good. Make sure you ain't got no rocks with no grit or nothing in there, no sand, dust. But once he gets those cleaned, we'll come back to show you how to pack them full of grease before they're installed.
Okay, Austin's getting a lesson in packing bearings and putting the front end together on the race truck. So Matt's teaching him step by step what needs to happen.
Since you got this in your hand, go ahead and grab you a handful. Stick it down in there. Just cake it in there and leave it. Alright. I go ahead and set it there.
I've got a bearing packer, but I'd rather he learn this way because this is how I did it for many years.
I still do it like this.
You know, and you just keep pressing it in there until it starts squirting out through the top of the bearing. Then you turn it a little bit and keep doing it again. It's not really the cleanest thing you can do with a vehicle, but this is how we did it for a long time. And of course, I don't know if I could find my bearing packer anyway, so
I haven't seen it since
I got a bearing packer. His name's Austin.
That's right. How do you feel about that, Austin?
Okay.
I need a microphone so I can stick it in people's faces.
Right.
How do you feel about that, Austin?
Well, they're probably not going to be too many to pack.
And once you got it all packed in there real good, you just wipe it around the whole bearing.
Yeah.
Try and spin the inside so it kind of rolls it around in there.
Just rub that glob around the outside. There you go. Now stick the rest of that grease in your hand down in the hole. Whoever in kindergarten and Austin's finger painting something.
Right.
About that.
Yep.
I've cut the dickens out of my fingers. That's what it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah. So now you want to, of course, you want to scrape that off on the edge of the bucket.
Put your little lube right here for your seal to slide on without cutting it. Go ahead and just lube up your shaft.
Easy.
What
Easy.
What he's doing. Sorry if I offended anybody.
Matt keeps telling him, do it slower. Do it slower.
Easy. I'm gonna turn this handle down. Yeah.
Turn it on.
You want to go ahead and put that seal in there?
Where is it? You got it? Cut.
Cut. Yeah. Okay, we just got to take a minute here and try and find some of the parts that Austin lost.
I didn't do that.
I think he did. Let me take you over here and show you what behind the scenes Joe got for Austin.
Oh, we got that side finished up too.
Yeah. He hooked this kid up. I'm telling you what, there's every tool that a boy could possibly need to be an apprentice at a restoration shop. And, you know, of course, as he goes, he's going to start adding more and more stuff to his toolbox like we do, because it's just that toolbox, he's already outgrown it. So we're going to look at getting him a bigger toolbox. Excuse me, this side's all done. He put it all together. Matt double checked it. It's all right. Then Matt took it all apart and put all the parts in the way they're supposed to go. No, I'm kidding. Austin did a great job with it. But we're having a little difficulty finding the other inner wheel seal. And I'm pretty sure Austin lost it.
I didn't touch it.
I'm pretty sure. One of the cool things about having an apprentice is that we've got somebody to blame. So hang on, we'll find it and we'll be right back. Well, we dumped one of the trash cans out, which is going to be the most likely location of that wheel seal. So I got Matt shoveling up the trash, because of course when you go through the trash, the wheel seal is not there. Also, the box from the other wheel seal seems to be missing. So always keep track of your stuff. That's what I'm saying. All right, cut. Come on. Hey, Jimmy, it's Jim. What's going on? Not much. Apparently, the Chupacabra snuck in here and stole one of my wheel seals. So, do you have an inner wheel seal for a 2003 F-150? Two-wheel drive front. Send it on down. Thanks. Bye. So that's how we handle something being lost. If this was on a customer car, I can't charge the customer again for that part. So because this is on one of my own vehicles, I'll just buy another one, because it's cheaper than paying people to look around for it, and we'll find it eventually, and I'll mark what it is, and if on the off chance that we ever get another 03 F-150 in here, which we won't, we'll just save it. So there you go. That's a good lesson. Keep track of your parts. Keep track of your tools. If you're putting parts on a car, set them in one location. Don't pick them up and walk away and talk, because you're going to set it down and lose it. It happens. If you have a small garage, big garage, several cars, one car, doesn't matter. You need a central location to put your parts for the project that you're working on. That way you don't lose anything. I've got, I lose stuff. It happens. And it's just, that's one thing you really got to pay attention to, is keep track of your stuff. Don't lose anything. So thank God it's only a $2 or $3 part. No big deal. That's probably why we can't find it, because it's not that big. But we'll get another one. We'll have O'Reilly's bring us up another one. We'll move on. So there's that. Okay, we're back. O'Reilly's brought us another wheel seal. I'm gonna take that one out of Austin's paycheck. I know, you didn't lose it. All right, that grease you got there on the rotor will keep the brakes from squeaking. That's good. That's good. Hey, clean that rotor. Clean that rotor. I gotta go answer the door.
Now,
All right, y'all, we're back. Got that other bearing in. Had a little technical difficulties with the threads there. I got it straightened out. Got the nut on. That's good. That's good. So I always like to pack the cap full of grease. The more grease, the better.
hammer it.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to use that big hammer or not. Do it. Just tap it. Tap it on a little more right there.
That him right here.
Yeah. Take your brake clean, clean your drum off now. Now that we're done with the grease. I mean your rotor. Drum. I don't know if I called it drum or what, but it's a rotor. Alright, now wipe it down real good with your napkin. Not a greasy one, you're gonna rub grease right back on it. Get you a clean one.
And wipe it down.
Alright, now wipe it down. Do the back side too. That's good, you ain't gotta worry about it. Just get the grease off the rotor. The reason we're doing that is to keep the pads clean. If you get grease into your brand new pads,
They make them split.
they're not gonna stop correctly. Yeah.
And
They're gonna
backside.
smoke and they're gonna stink. When you stop, you're gonna smell stuff burning and smoke coming out of your wheel. That ain't never
Backside
good.
now.
Yeah. Just hold your rag still in one spot and spin the rotor.
Hmm.
Hold your rag still in one spot and just spin it around. That'll work too. Alright, next we gotta put the caliper bracket on.
Yeah.
And then compress your caliper. Put it on. And then we're gonna spin that tie rod around to get it in. But we'll come back to that.
You're in there playing, listening to your headphones, playing your Xboxes and whatever they call it. Yeah, video games. That's what kids do. They don't work on 37 Chevrolets anymore. They want to play Call of Basketball and Grand Theft Real Estate or whatever it's called. I don't know. But anyway, Matt's been out here working on the 37. We're getting the frame prep for paint. As you recall, we just did the front end in it, but anything we do, we're going to extend out. We're going all the way back to the bottom mounts. Going to paint the frame rails. We've smoothed it. Somebody at one time, it would appear that they were trying to strip this frame rail apart. So there were several holes drilled down through both sides here. They drilled out spot welds. So the top and the bottom of the frame were not really connected. So Matt plug welded everything and we smoothed the bottom side. I don't know if you can see it or not. Now you can. Move slower with that camera because you're going to make all our subscribers throw up. You know, it's like on a merry-go-round or whatever. But we'll continue to DA this. just 80 grit, take off whatever the mess is that they had on there. Then we'll etch prime it, smooth it out, and we're gonna do a high gloss black on all the chassis. Matt apparently is gonna light a cigarette with MAP gas. That's why they call him MAP. I mean Matt. That's Matt gas. No, Matt gas. Matt gas is something entirely different. Yeah, only when we have like Taco Bell. But that's getting off subject. So anyway, we'll get this prepped and ready to go. We'll get it painted up. Got our control arms over here. Upper control arms are all taken apart. Everything's ready for some real pretty high gloss black. We'll get this done. Hopefully get this car out of here this week. I'm thinking we probably can. Pretty close to it anyway. And then we're back on everything else. Austin's done a bunch on the drag truck. Not enough, but he's you got to give people a break when they're learning stuff, because it hurts. When you're old like I am, in order to remember something or learn something new, I have to forget something to make space. So that's how it is. Matt is like a sponge. Matt knows or learns everything. I mean, just like no problem. Just tell him and you're there. So, but anyway, that's our exciting update for now. You guys may or may not care about updates, but I want to keep you posted on everything we're doing.
You posted up on this earlier when we did the update. First thing this morning. You do the close up on it.
Yeah. See this part of the camera right here, you got to keep aimed. There you go. It's nice.
I'm gonna raise it up and let him
Okay,
take a peek underneath.
gonna raise it up. See that square? Keep it right on his face. Right there. You guys have probably seen him on a couple of posters at the post office. But as you can see, we got it all smoothed out under here. We're all, starting to smooth it out back here. Just want to make it nice for him and go beyond what it is that he asked us to do. And yet, it's just a better job. It's nicer when it leaves here and people look at it. Oh my God, who did that? Well, we did. Matt and I did it. Actually, I didn't do it. Matt did it. But
we did it.
We did it.
Yeah,
we got it done. And this thing's gonna drive like a Cadillac when we're done, compared to how it was.
Gonna be able to drift it now.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to drift it now. It's gonna be awesome. Just in the wheel, out of the wheel, like that. With the throttle, on the throttle, nitrous, diesel, whatever we got to put in it to make it go. Sterno. This runs on 100% sterno. We got to put it in the gas tank with a spoon because it doesn't pour. If any of you know what sterno is, that's the stuff they got under the little chafing dishes at weddings. You can mix it with vodka too. It's called a pink lady. It's good for you.
So it's something that's involved with weddings.
Yes, like vodka. So that's about it. Slow day. Bobby's not here. That's okay. We're still getting stuff done, and there'll be plenty for him to do tomorrow when he gets here. So not much of an action video. I mean, we can do Tai Chi or something like that. I don't know what that is. Get you some action. I could too, right? Pow! Just like that. But that'd hurt. That'd hurt. Wire brush nunchucks. I like that. Oh my eye. But we're having fun today. Had some pizza for lunch. Made a deal on another truck, but that's mine because I got a whole giant, huge change of plans on a big square body truck that I got out there. We're actually going to use it for parts, which is, I guess, doesn't make a lot of sense to some people, but I found a real nice, clean short bed truck, and I think I'd rather have a short bed. So I've got a home for all these parts because one of the trucks that we got in here to redo needs a complete donor truck. Well, I'm gonna donate the donor truck. It's gonna save me a lot of money because I happen to have it laying right here. So we're going to use that truck, and then I'm going to build the shortcut truck. So that's about it, unless Matt's got something to say.
Just you get it, yeah.
He got his AC/DC pants on today.
You know, dirty knees.
I told him, you know, when those guys started working here, below the knees, guys. Your shorts got to go below the knees. This is a family-friendly show. So below the knees. Right. Australia, they'd be welding in Speedos. What's up, Ozzy, man? I know you watch. That's it. Okay, we're on to the next thing. The little keeper for the brake. Stop it! The little keepers for the brake lines went up on top here because they had the calipers and rotors that were on this car before were a front mount caliper. The Willwoods we're putting on a rear mount, so this is all getting moved. We're going to put a tab right here so we can put this brake line in there and lock it in place to put our stainless steel brake lines in. So now that's it. That's going to be all of it.
Already explained earlier, you know, you can cut this out if we get it twice, but the steering shaft.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, there's going to be some adaptation on the steering shaft that we have to do because the old front end we. Cool. The old front end had the rack on the rear. This one's got it on the front, which gives us about that much steering shaft that we're going to have to make. The universal is not correct for what we're going to be doing, this piece right here. So we'll pick up another one of those. Once we get this painted, we can start bolting it together and show you the rack and sway bar and all the stuff that's going on in this car. But just the geometry that we're putting into it with the front steer, rear caliper, all of that is going to make it just worlds away from the absolute train wreck that it came in here as. So this is fun. We like doing this stuff. I love the restorations. Doing a complete restoration is cool, but fixing somebody else's screw up and having a super happy customer that will either bring this back or one of his other cars to have us work on in the future, that's where it's at. You got to plan on what you're doing tomorrow, not necessarily just what you're doing today. Like playing video games or watching TV or listening to your Bluetooth headphones and stuff like that. I mean, it just, you know, playing darts,
Gambling.
yeah, drinking water. All my water. He drinks all my water. You know, you guys already found out he eats every day. Whether he needs it or not, he eats every day. Now he's drinking water because he's hot. Okay. You know, this is not how an apprenticeship works.
Why are you so shiny then?
Because I'm sweating. It's hot. I'm going to go have some water. You can't have any. Or you can have one of the warm ones. No, actually, we treat Austin pretty good down here. He's, the three of us, Matt and Bobby and I, have a very unique sense of humor. And oddly enough, young Austin fits right in. He does. And sometimes he'll come back with something that we're really not expecting a 17-year-old kid to come back with, but he does. And, you know, we're not going to let it go to his head because we'll just have Joe whoop him. Because that's, here in Tennessee, that's what you kids...
Joe taught him to be like that.
Joe did teach him to be like that, I know. But the thing about it is, in Tennessee...
He did a great job today.
Yeah, when your kids get out of line in Tennessee, you send them outside to get a stick off a tree, and they get to pick the stick you whoop them with. A switch, they call it. That's why he knows a lot about electricity, too. So it's all the switches.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know. I can't think of anything right offhand that's funny. But that all, you know,
That's a good ending.
that's a good ending right there. I'm done with the funny stuff. We'll see you tomorrow.